After the Giants won the World Series,
half of San Francisco was destroyed by crazed fans.
Most media outlets condemn the violence, but I say, why stop there? I want to start a riot.
The next time someone cuts in front of me in line and is like, oh, sorry, were you waiting?
Yes. The next time Chipotle asks me if I know that guacamole is extra, something's just going to snap.
As soon as Game of Thrones kills off another of my favorite characters,
all of us true fans will take to the streets just to show what it feels like to lose someone. Marching when my iPhone defaults to Apple Maps.
Staging a walkout when the train is delayed.
Forming a human chain of servers around people who never tip.
I want to start a riot.
The next time an officer unloads a clip on an unarmed
Whoa.
We can't write about race.
We can't get angry every time a white cop chalks out the body of a brown boy.
Because real tragedy
isn't a bandwagon viewers are so willing to jump on.
Violence has always been a currency to exchange for ratings.
News anchors shoot down protester credibility faster than gunfire. How about some honest headlines?
Like, Baltimore citizens peacefully protest, not to be confused with
idiots who just happen to show up to steal things.
Or Oakland protesters lock themselves to train doors for 4 hours
to remind us how long Michael Brown's body was left lying on the ground.
Or maybe media manipulates public to believe that a forest fire and a grassroots movement are never ignited by the same spark. The story is where you point the camera.
Let's not confuse looters with protesters.
Let's not mistake brown hands for handguns.
Or a handgun for a taser. Or a police badge for a license to kill. The first step to fixing the media's camera lens is acknowledging that it's broken.
Don't you see the fracture between the police force,
the city streets,
and the news coverage,
the dimming of curfew lights,
the construction of free speech zones?
Do you hear the silencing of the First Amendment?
Be a good citizen, they say. Vote. Write a letter.
But how can paper stand up to bullets? How do you impeach a culture that shoots first, issues apologies later, has plenty of excuses, but never any answers? Question. If an unarmed suspect is shot while raising his hands, and no one is there to record it, when his body hits the street, does it still make a sound?
This year in Baltimore, protester Alan Bullock was photographed smashing a cop car window.
After turning himself in, he was hit with 8 different charges. The state is gunning for his life sentence.
They'll take the life of a surrendering suspect, one way or another.
We peacefully protest, but it's like we are walking in circles.
I want to start a riot.
The next time Fox spotlights a looter before the citizens safeguarding storefronts.
Victims on trial, but smoke and mirrors between the judge and jury.
We'll make our own public statement.
Show them what happens when you send tear gas
into a crowd that has already been crying. Forget winning a fucking championship. We're marching because our team is losing. People of color in America have been losing for 500 years, and no one is making a fair call.
So when we take to the streets,
united and angry, the reporters will call it a riot.
We will call it a protest.
No one will call it enough.